Morning all. It's an early Wednesday morning. It's probably about 9:30 in the moment. I'm just waiting for a text through. I'm working GI4FDN with a group of others on Pat's holiday net. He's at the moment in Ballymena in Northern Ireland. At the moment I'm in the Queen Mary's Park, and today I'm going to be using the IC703, or the Icon IC703 with my L match. It's the first time I've put the two together, and it's just going through a quarter wave wire, which is, it's not fully extended, the roach pole, so I could get the wire down into the L match. So it's just a matter of waiting for Pat to come up and get the ball rolling. Talk to you later. Yeah, morning, all. Golf 7 Charlie Radio Quebec Portable.
Good morning, Adam. G7CRQ Portable. I've got Morris on there as well. Over. Taken over, Adam.
Yeah, morning, all. I'm just up in Queen Mary's Park at the moment. This is G7CRQ Portable. Bands don't seem to be that open at the moment. Been listening around, and I don't think it's going to be looking promising to hear Pat from Northern Ireland. I think it's slowly opening, but it's not that fantastic. You know, I can't remember what Morris's call sign is. Is it G3? Round to you, Morris. This is G7CRQ Portable.
Yeah, good morning, G7CRQ Portable. Golf 4 Delta 8 DDY. Yes. Well, I haven't heard you for a little while, mainly because I haven't been listening, I suppose. I've been playing about with one thing and another, but you're a very good signal with me. 5.9 plus, no problem. I had a good report from Pat yesterday. I was able to give Pat a good report yesterday. He was well over the 9 with me, but only at the very beginning. He dived right down and he didn't repeat it again. But I think that's how conditions are. But John has just said that there's no skip about, so we're at a funny distance from Ireland, I suppose, but managed to work him every year, although on the borderlines. But of course he has got an extremely low noise level up there, so I think no matter what we're doing he can hear us. So there we go. Yeah, fine, Adam. Well, good to hear you on again. Now I've got what should we say, I'm the wife's carer these days, so I'm a bit tied up in the morning, so I don't get much time on the air, but I had to make a few modifications because I had quite a protracted over with John over the weekend, and of course he didn't go out, and I found I got no indication showing that my signal is actually leaving the shack. But anyway, I've rectified all that, so that's okay now. But you sound as good as ever, and you're up early, so well done. Put it back to John, see if there's anyone else about. I'm actually listening on the phone as well, because I expect you got it, that Pat is going to give us the actual frequency he's going to be on. G7CRQ, stroke P, G4DDY. Go ahead, over to you, John, G8MNY.
Yeah, and listening pause there, nothing heard. G8MNY, returning. Okay, Adam, about 5 and 7 with me, Adam. So I'm using the Delta loop, but I'm trying to look. It's generally about the same signal, so it doesn't make that much, but it is 90 degrees to the other one, so sometimes it works better. So noise is a little bit better than the dipole, but I can cancel the noise to some extent on both aerials actually. When it's really quiet, I can't cancel it because the noise cancel is actually noisier than a quiet aerial. You get the idea. So didn't really need it at all when I was portable. Although there was a milking machine or something on I could hear, and I was able to cancel that, but I'm not. Didn't carry on with it. So that's it. But certainly worked quite a bit over the 8 days of operating there in the field. I think SDX was on something like Japan. It was not that spectacular on 20, but that's what we worked. We worked certainly some Trinidad and those sort of islands as well. Lots of Americas, east and west coast, just about. And so quite a bit, but not and some on top band as well. Managed to get the top band aerial to tune up with this Power Star tuner. It had to be about 20 foot short of the aerial before this tuner would touch it, and even then the output capacitor was at maximum. When I made it 30 foot longer, it wouldn't touch it at all. So as you go through resonance, of course, you say, well, can I have 30,000 volts on the air? Well, the tuner said, no, I can't do that. I haven't got the inductor to do it. So that's the issue. But as soon as the air was anything like a lower impedance, it's fine. There we go. Yes, I was surprised to get the tent down dry. That was because it had been raining on and off, and it just takes, if you wipe the plastic down on the tent, and it's a bit windy up there, as soon as you've done that, half hour later with a bit of sunshine or something, it's bone dry. The trouble is the ground isn't so, it's dry when it's up in the air on the frame, and you've got to take it out and roll it up on a wet ground. That was the only sort of issue with the tent. But I don't normally have trouble with mildew with it and stuff, and I get it dry enough. But if it's really ringing wet, I will hang it up here and there on the property. But that's it. So the van's still stuck with stuff. So I'll take it to do it gently because it's a bit of a back-breaking task. Well, about 1.5 tons of kit to do it. But of course, that is Curo on those fans. We did get an opening on 6 by chance. And then I spotted a faulty cable connector, which is why we were hearing nothing. I think the Friday before we closed, it was something like that. It was very very close, and there was this opening. So I think we worked grease or something on it. Certainly Italy, lots of those on 6, and then we went to 10 meters and worked some more. So that was it. But it's only because I spotted that cable. That's not supposed to be hanging out like that. That's supposed to be in a plug. These things happen, of course. Where are we? So it should go back. It should have after you, Morris. It should have been Adam if you're going to have some sort of order. But have another pause and then have it over, Adam.
Yeah, GI4SDN stroke K. I'll be with you in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, good morning, Pat. We are hearing you here. Not bad a signal. Have an over, Adam.
Oh, that's good news. Good morning, Pat. I don't know if you can hear me at the moment. This is G7CRQ Portable. Okay, yeah, I'm lucky. I'm glad you had a nice week up at the site. I certainly enjoyed my time up there, and I paid you a visit. And it's nice to get out and play radio. At the moment, I'm sitting up in Queen Mary's Park in the top end of Carshorten on the hill, right next to the small holdings. I'm just sat on a park bench. I'm just using 10 watts from an ICOM IC703 into a L match into a quarter wave wire, which is on a roach pole, which is just bunged to the actual park bench. And the noise floor here at the moment is 0. No noise floor. Everyone sounds, even Pat sounded fantastic then. So yeah, that's the setup this way. But there you go. Alright, round to you, Morris. G3DDY, G7CRQ. You and John are both 59 plus 20 with me. This is G7CRQ passing over.
Yeah, okay, Adam, G7CRQ. Let's put it round to Pat as he's joined us. Good morning, Pat, and yes, go ahead. Yeah, GI4SDN stroke K in Ballymena, near Ballymena, about 6 miles northeast. Yeah, good morning, Morris. Good morning, Adam. Yeah, copying you fine, Adam. And John, you're a nice strong signal, 59 plus here. Overcast at the moment. We had some good weather yesterday afternoon here with some sun. So got out and did a 5-mile walk in one of the forests. And I also went up to Morris, your signal was bearing about 5 and 7 to 5 and 8 on the last over, and I was out of view of the rig screen when you were transmitting, Adam, so I'll give you a report next time, but it was 100% copy. So I'll put it back to you, Morris. G4GDY and the group, GI4SDN stroke X. Yeah, EI4 FDN G4DDY stroke, I think stroke 8, aren't you? Yes, all good signals. You're about 5 and 6 to 7 with me, Pat, but that's I think it's I'm not copying Ray at all. I don't know whether you copied anything from Ray yesterday, but excuse me. I didn't copy anything at all from Ray, so I think John explained that there's no skip, so that's probably the reason. But yes, of course, Adam is a very good signal for me. But that's the secret, isn't it, Adam? Get move a little bit north and get no noise. But that's usually the controlling factor, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, glad you had managed to get out for a walk. Well, and it has stopped raining, albeit briefly. Poor old John, he struck lots of wet weather last week, so hopefully it should be. The weather forecast, according to the forecast, is much better today, so hopefully it'll be improved in Ireland. Anyway, I won't hold it because I'm gonna have to leave you very shortly and get on with some of my other jobs, so I'll put it straight back. I'll put it round to John. He was the first station I worked this morning, but I won't come back in this call, John. G8MNY and the group G4DDY.
Okay, yeah, Boris, yeah, okay, let's say 5 and 7 for Adam. Yes, it was only skip to Ray. Ray's the wrong distance between us when he was on yesterday for me anyway, and certainly for a lot of the people in the southeast here. And good morning, Pat. You're about 5 and 6 this morning with me, and I have my local noises, but trying out the Delta Loop again. It's about equal with you, but I know had reports last night from some of the other people like Dave, and he couldn't. He said it really dropped down. Suddenly, it depends which area. If I want an area that far north-south, or one area that one's east-west, you're about 45 degrees to both of those, Pat. So it didn't make any difference. But the others certainly noticed when I had the other area on. Let's go back to Adam there, get his report, and then on to you, Pat. With pauses in case there's anybody else to join. G7CRQ-P at Queen Mary's Park, G8MNY.
The pause there. This is Golf 7 Charlie Romeo Quebec Portable. Okay, Pat, you're about a 5. There's a bit of QSB around as well. So you in between a S2 and S7 with me, but obviously radio 5 virtual all the way through. Could do with a little bit of processing on that, but apart from that, yeah, it's very, very good. And obviously I'm lucky I have no noise floor, so when you really do start to dip down in the QSB, I can hear you every word you say. So round to you, Pat. GI4FDN. This is Golf 7 Charlie Romeo Quebec.
CRQ portable and the
Drop me pen. Typical. There it is. Very important.
Strength 3 to strength 5 this morning. 100% stopping. There is QSC, and I think if you're still listening, Morris, you're between 5 and 7, 5 and 8. John is 5 and 9, 5 9 plus with me. It's overcast here this morning. I think if you saw the location...
If you're watching this, Pat, it's nice and sunny here. Should have stayed at home.
By rising land to the north, to the east and to the south. But I got a good takeoff to the west. Of course, to get over to England I need a good takeoff that way, but not necessarily on HF as we all know. And the antenna is in amongst a few trees and bushes as well, so it's not out in the clear as it is at some of the locations here. Ray texted me this morning. He's not going to be on this morning. He's got some errands to run. Yes, so I wouldn't expect you to be able to copy him or even Jim, who was on the other day, given the minimum skip distances that we get on this band. So I'll put it back to you, John, as I think Morris has signed, and just leave pause, see if there is anyone else who wants to call in this morning. G8MNY and the group from GI4FDN/A.
Anyone else want to call into the GI4FDN/A net? Please call in now. This is G8MNY in Croydon.
Mike 7 Lima Echo November M7LEN.
Good morning,
hello, Len.
M7LEN. Put you after Pat next time out. So your usual signal with me is in no trouble on that little radio QRP, but readable, no problems. I did try to record you, Pat. Again, this is my noise on phone. This is just basically the Delta loop and the VHI speaker improving things. Here we go.
Ray texted me this morning. He's not going to be on this morning.
So that's about you, Pat. So that's it. With my quite bad noise relatively here. I mean, when I was portable, of course, I could put the preamplifier on 40 and 80 and see one, in the needle went right down to one again. So that's the difference between the portable site here and town, where it's S9 or so. It's not S9 on this band, but it's not. It's certainly S5 or something. So we're struggling a bit there with the noise. G7CRQ, stroke P at Queen Mary's Park there, G8MNY.
Yeah, G8MNY, G7CRQ return. Okay, John. Well, everyone's a good signal with me at the moment. Len, you're obviously stronger than you were last time I heard you. You probably didn't hear me at the time on Sunday. You're also 5'9" with me. I think you're using a mfj-16010 on 6 watts, so we're roughly at par or parity with output. I'm sitting up here in the top end of Carshalton with just a portable rig set up at the moment. Okay, I'm not sure who to pass it around to, so I think it should go around to Morris. Morris, if you're still there, if not, round to you, Pat. G4DDY, G7CRQ portable.
Yeah, fine. No, DDY is going to standby at the moment. I've got one or two other little jobs to do. So round the Pat then. G4FDN/B, G4/A, G4DDY. Yeah, GI4FDN/A. Yeah, you're 5'9" plus 5 on that short over Morris. And good to hear you this morning. You obviously decided to get going early this morning, John, and thanks for the recording. Good morning, Glenn. I'll give you a signal report next time, but you were fully copyable here when you called in, but there is QSB, so signals will go up and down. But as John had up in Reigate Hill, I've got a huge noise advantage to you. I can hear you with your 5 watts, and you can struggle to hear me with my 100. So Mike 7 Lima Echo November, and the group from GI4FDN/A. GI4FDN/A, and the group from Mike 7 Lima Echo November. You're up and down with me, Pat. It was a good 5 and 7 initially.
That's the only QRM I've got is airplanes going over.
Everyone else, John, G8MNY, I'm not sure your name, G7CRQ portable, and G4DDY are all 5 and 9 with me. But you're perfectly readable today, a lot easier than the first 2 occasions, Pat. Bit better weather here today,
really good. I'll hand it back to you, Pat. GI4 FTN/A and the group from Mike 7 Lima Echo November.
Yeah, M7 LEN from GI4 FTN/A in Ballymena, County Antrim. Yeah, okay, Len. Yeah, that was about 90 to 95% copy. There was some QSB at the beginning of the over that brought you down to about readability 3, strength 3.
I'm going to take a pause here for a minute, or the video's going to be too long. Oh, hang on, dropping my pen everywhere. Hang on. Oh, just get myself ready. Yeah, G4 MNY G7C. I usually leave it on 5 watts all the time. Just leave your clipper switched in, and you'll be like the rest of us. I quite enjoy doing QRP work. You know, I'm in a low noise environment, and a lot of the stations I work are also in a low noise environment. So it makes it possible to do what we do, and I get great enjoyment out of working QRP. It's something I get out of it, and I'm on 10 watts. I have got other radios I can take portable, which can go into much higher power levels, but you know, for me it's just a quick and simple setup, and it works. And as the next cycle 25 moves on and increases during the next few years, it should be, you know, you should have a lot more fun out and about playing radio. But you know, it's each to their own at the end of the day. Anyway, I wonder what I'd stopped recording then, John. I didn't have my camera going. I could have recorded you at that low power level, but maybe we can try that again tomorrow. I'll be out again tomorrow with a different aerial. At the moment, like I said earlier on, I'm using a quarter wave going into an L match. Tomorrow I shall be weather depending. I've had a look at the forecast, and the WX for the rest of the week looks quite promising. There doesn't seem to be any rain forecast. It seems it's going to be, it's really warm at the moment, so it's only supposed to improve during the week. So tomorrow I'm going to bring out a magnetic loop. I tried it for the first time last week, and that's when you was doing the Wimbledon camp, John, but I didn't have any stations to work. Actually, the station you were talking to was a GI4 as well, I think. I can't remember his call sign, but he was up in Belfast, and he was a stonking signal down here on the mag loop. So yeah, looking forward to trying that out tomorrow. It should be a bit of a giggle. Be a lot quicker to set up than this aerial I'm using at the moment. But there we are. Yeah, I'll throw it around to Pat GI4 Foxtrot Delta November stroke A. This is Golf 7 Charlie Romeo Quebec Portable.
Yeah, G7CRQ Portable. This is Golf India 4 Foxtrot Delta November stroke Alpha. I'll just take a break. Is there anyone else who would like to join the net? If so, go now, please.
Golf 6 Juliet X-ray Alpha.
Hello, Kim.
Yeah, I think there was 2 stations there, but I didn't get any letters. Go again. At least 5 and 8, Steve. 5 and 8. Golf for Foxtrot, Yankee Foxtrot. Good morning to you. I think there may have been another station. If there is, can you go? The other station, can you go now? Over. Right, nothing heard. Okay, good to hear you, Steve. We haven't spoken.
Why did you say something, Kim?
Probably last year when I was over. I think I may have worked you then, though I'd have to check the log. And the other guys are topping. We've got G8MNY, G7CRQ Portable, and Mike 7 Lima Echo November on. So I'm going to put it to you, Steve. You put it back to me. Get a signal report from you. G4 NYS, and then at GI4 FTN stroke 8 near Ballymena. Steve, I think we must have doubled there, unfortunately. each other. So could you go again, please? G4 FYF, GI4 FDN stroke A. This is GI4 FDN stroke A. Are you still copying, Steve? If so, could you say you were talking when I finished my over. So could you go again? G4 FYF, GI4 FDN stroke A. Well, nothing heard there. That's a little bit odd. Steve didn't come back a second time. Anyway, we'll leave a break from him again, but around to you, Len, in a second. Just say, Adam, you were up to strength 7 at one point on your over, going from about 2 to 7. Getting the most variability on your signal, it seems. And John, you were fully copyable with your 5 watts without your speech processor. You were about strength 5 here. On your 100 watts, you were still S9 here. So you could save a bit on the electricity bill if you wanted. Anyway, hope copy's still holding up for you, Len. And as I say, last over you were varying between 3 and 3, 5 and 5. Mike 7 Lima Echo November from GI4 FDN stroke A.
GI4 FDN stroke A from Mike 7 and the group from Mike 7 Lima Echo November. I was losing you on that last over. The other station that called in was Tim. I don't know why he didn't come back, but it might be worth giving him a try to come in. I was going to ask you, Pat, can you work any other bands than 40, or are you restricted to 40? GI4 FDN stroke A and the group from M7LEN.
Yeah, GI4 FDN stroke A. Yeah, I can work all bands 80 to 6 meters. And I have got capability for 2 and 70 centimeters, so I have put the antenna up for that. I did try calling on 80 meters on Saturday when John was up Reigate Hill, but I'm not putting out a great signal. It's a base-loaded vertical, so it wasn't competing with the other stations that were calling at that time. So yeah, I can work all those bands 80 to 6 meters length. M7LEN, GI4 FDN stroke A.
GI4 FDN stroke A from Mike 7 Lima Echo November. Okay, yeah, it would be nice if I have a crack at trying a different band. When you get the opportunity, if you can let me know, I could try and fit something in. But I can do 80 or, similar bands to you. Anyway, I won't hold it. GI4 FDN stroke A from Mike 7 Lima Echo November.
Yeah, okay, Len, GI4 FDN stroke A. Well, the other obvious bands would either be 20 meters, where the skip can be short enough for that, and I have worked back in, I know I've worked John on previous years at Reigate on 20 meters, I think in the evenings when I've been on, so that is possible also. I'll just take another break to see whether Steve is there yet. You were 5 and 8 when you called in, Steve, but then you seem to disappear. Golf 4 Foxtrot, Yankee Foxtrot. This is GI4 FDN stroke A, Mr. Queen.
I think I'll end it there for a bit. I'll come back if it gets interesting. Just packing up at the moment. I don't think I've ever shown this before. What I do with these roach poles, especially these heavy duty ones, they're quite heavy and have a habit of sometimes if there's a bit of wind loading on them, telescoping down on you. The friction fit doesn't always fit, so I just put a bit of masking tape around it. It prevents that from happening. Masking tape's cheap enough. You just put a little bit on, spin it around, and then continue taking the aerial up. Just saves the embarrassment of saying I couldn't talk to you because the aerial collapsed. Now, just a quick one while I'm taking everything down. Right, I've just packed up. It's been quite a successful morning. Considering the conditions on 40 metres weren't fantastic, we all managed to work each other. Pat was a nice signal over here from Ballymena, and yeah, successful net. Tomorrow I'm going to bring a mag loop out and try that on 40 metres upwards. And I must admit, it's the only drawback of coming out this time in the morning. The bands they've been a bit ropey. I normally like operating sort of like in the afternoons or into the late afternoons, early evening, when the bands here tend to open up a bit more. But apart from that, I've had a good time. It's a bit too early to go home at the moment. It's a really nice day. It's just gone about 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's a nice summer traditional. This is the sort of weather we normally get in the summertime in the UK for this time of year. It's sort of like early August. It's probably about around 20 degrees and rising. Won't get much more than it. Probably go to about 21, 22 today. And yeah, it's really nice and peaceful. I think what I'll do now is, I've got a can of Coke. I think I'm going to sit down, drink that, listen to my favourite radio station, which is Radio Caroline. You can pick it on, is it 648 AM if you want to pick it up on there if you're living in the UK, or you can get it on DAB, or just do what I do, stream it through the internet. Yeah, I'm going to listen to Radio Caroline and have a can of Coke and go home and have me lunch. And probably go for a walk this afternoon. Depends what takes me fancy. Oh yeah, one last thing. If you like to think of taking up portable radio, leave the site as you find it. If you've got any litter, either pick it up and throw it in a litter bin, or take it home with you. With that, see you later.